What's up, Shady Sports Network? I'm back here on this Friday night with a very special guest from the Cedar Rapids River Kings, Coach Anthony Bartley. Coach, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So right off the bat, the Cedar Rapids River Kings, we had the head coach on yesterday, but, you're one of the co-owners of the team. So you kind of see from that level. How do you feel the new AIF is shaping up?
Well, you know what? This has been a long time coming. I've been a member of the AIF in recent past. That's where I spent most of my coaching career is within the AIF. So just to have them back, like I said, I've been looking forward to it.
For sure. I mean, the AIF, you just added a new team today. I feel like this league is really kicking off strong,
Yeah, it's starting to take shape. I saw it coming. When I sat back, months ago when I talked with the owner of the league, John Morris, and Larry Clark, the director of the league, they had a vision, and I've been one to have bought into their vision because I see where they're going with this. This is an owner friendly league, so no disrespect to the other leagues, operating under extremely huge budgets. This league is more owner friendly.
For sure. Are you guys when you recruit players, are you recruiting like IFL free agents? Or are you recruiting any type of free agent?
Well, for me, when I'm out recruiting, I look for the athlete, but every coach has their own different criteria on where they're looking for players at. I try to base my search on guys with indoor experience, but then I'm also looking for those guys who get overlooked coming through the college ranks, or they may have made it to an NFL or CFL camp but then released. So these are the guys that need to stay relevant. Those are the guys that I look for.
For sure. So yesterday you guys announced that your quarterback will be Verlon Reed from Ohio State. I mean, that's a splash signing. You signed another defensive end from Oklahoma State. So you guys are already coming right off the bat with two Division I guys. How do you plan to follow that up?
With some more D1 athletes and pro athletes. That's how you follow that up. Me and Darren, when I first, had a chance to sit down and talk with Darren, he actually reminded me of when I first got into the game. He's very energetic. He has the same mentality that I do, which is a plus. And for me, it's a rarity to find coaches who think along the same lines as I do. So I'm really looking forward to working with this young man because he's got a good amount of knowledge that he can share.
Definitely. So, Coach, you spent time in the Air Force, which is a really high-end military branch. It takes a lot of mental toughness. What did that experience teach you that can help you in your ownership?
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, it wasn't just the Air Force. I come from a military family. And the Bartley men, we've literally covered every branch of the military. Even to the fact of right now, my oldest son and my little brother are both active duty as we speak. And my youngest, after he finishes his high school career, his senior year, he's going to enlist into the military as well. So the one thing about us, we strive to be leaders, leaders on the field, champions on the field and off the field.
That's amazing. Well, thank you guys for all your service and it's greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
So kind of now looking forward, I know, we talked a little bit about the AIF. When you sit back and you look at the arena game as a whole with the NAL, the IFL, the AFL coming back, what do you think about the state of the game?
Well, the state of the game it's on its rebound, to be honest with you, because you have leagues that are come and gone. You have, owners who don't take true pride in their program because they're letting these programs falter. So when you look at some of the teams that have withstand the test of time, it still gives you hope that, this indoor game could really take off the way it should be. And with us bringing, having the AIF back, because at one point in time, the AIF was the longest running indoor league prior to the IFL. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking at, being a part of history.
When you look at streaming options, to get the game to people, you look at YouTube, you look at ESPN. What are you guys looking at in terms of streaming options?
Well, that's something that we're still in the developing stages right now. One of the things that I've always focused on, just in the teams that I've built over the years, my main thing is local viewership. I like to be able to get the communities that I have around me involved so they can see the product. Once they see the product on the field, now they want to come to the arenas and they want to experience it firsthand. So, the streaming platforms are good because it gives you a broader base, but I'm more interested in building that solid foundation and having local media present to really cater to the community. That's where you really get your base, your strength from.
I'm a huge fan of that. I greatly agree with you on that. I think that's important. A lot of local people don't really know about these arena teams, so getting the viewership there is really important. So you look at this game, right? We talked about it, what you think about the state of the game. But when you, on a daily routine as an owner and as a coach, how do you decipher your two roles?
Well, I've worn many hats. And at this level of football, sometimes you have to, especially when you're starting, from the ground up. So, I've come in as an owner. I've come in as a VP, director, player personnel, general manager, head coach. I've done it all. So you just got to know how to prioritize and, just take each job separately. When I'm off the field, I'm front office. When I'm on the field, I'm strictly coach.
Definitely. When you look around the league, who do you think, when you look at all the teams and all the markets, what market really stands out to you that you're excited to play in?
Well, I'm actually really focused on my market right now. Looking at, I'm going to head into Cedar Rapids here, real soon, so I can really take a look at the market and see where the history is. Cedar Rapids have had an IFL team in the past with the Cedar Rapids Titans, and they actually had a good run for the few years that they were in service. Now that indoor football is coming back to the city, now it's time for me to really plant my roots there and to see what I can do to help cultivate this program to its highest level.
That's amazing to hear that you're that committed to your product. We need more owners like that in today's game. So you as a coach, when you look at your coaching style, right? How do you like to coach your guys?
I'm very aggressive. I'm aggressive on both sides of the ball. This will be the first time. This is the first time in I would say in about 15 years that I haven't been coaching an offense. Like I said, when I played professionally, I was a running back. But I've played just about every position on the field, so I understand the game. But being a head coach, you have to be able to instruct and motivate on both sides of the ball. So the same intensity that I have on the offensive side of the ball is just as strong as on the defensive side of the ball. So my guys, they just got to learn to feed off of my energy.
So currently, you live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Vegas is a huge city. And one of the things about Vegas is, it's very busy. You kind of have to tune out the noise of all the distractions. How has your experience been in living in Las Vegas?
I love Vegas. I don't let the distractions get to me. When I'm focused on one thing, like football, that's all I stay focused on. I like a lot of people, I don't spend my time on the strip, things of that nature. I'm focused on, I like my money. So I focus on, making my money, winning championships. and I just leave it be, you know.
So one thing I noticed about you is you have a ton of drip, ton of style. Where do you think that style comes from?
You know what? I'm not sure. You know, being in the fraternities that I'm in, you know, being around the people that I've become in contact with over the years, you know, people have pretty much know, hey, this is Anthony. Anthony's hardcore, you know, Anthony's about winning. You know, I get, you know what? I guess I can say my cousin, you know, he kind of started this with me. You know, freshman year of high school, he was playing college ball. They won their state championship. And like when he let me wear his ring for like literally, I would wear his ring for a whole week. Didn't want to give it back, but you know I had to. And his thing was, well, you got to earn your own. So that pretty much started it there. You know, now 14 rings later, you know, he's still looking at me like, well, damn, cousin, you gonna stop? I'm like, nah. You know, winning championships is like a drug to me. You know, you get that first one, you become addicted. And that's just how I am, you know. So everybody knows everywhere I go, I'm all about my rings. Everywhere I go.
14 rings. Well, first of all, how have you won all those rings?
Yeah, like I said, I put in my work on the field. You know, I was always challenged, and I take a challenge any day. You know, so I had to go out and I had to prove my worth. You know, and then off the field, when I really got deep into the coaching world, you know, I spent a lot of time, you know, talking to my mentors and learning the finer points of the game. And that's where I spend most of my time now, watching game film, conversing with them. You know, even though I may know the answers, you know, to certain problems, situations, or questions, you know, for me it's always good to hear it. Because sometimes when they say it over again, you know, now I can get a different meaning from it. So that's me in a nutshell.
Definitely, Coach. So kind of coming up on my final couple questions for you here. You know, right now you're in the off season. What's your daily routine looking like?
I'm usually on the phone and in front of the computer all day, every day, you know, trying to get things lined up for the team. Plus I have my own company as well. So it's like I'm splitting time. You know, part of my time I'm managing my company. The other part of the time I'm working on the team, trying to look for better ways to build this program to start them. You know, looking at game film, you know, seeing what players I feel can make a difference, you know, when they come into this camp. You know, a lot of these cats going to learn. And it's funny because one of my former players hit me up yesterday and he was congratulating me. And the first thing he said was, Coach, when I saw your announcement, all I can think about were those push-ups. And everybody who knows me, who have played for me, they know I can make 10 push-ups hurt. But, you know, it builds character. You know, it builds mental strength. And when I get down there and I do it with them, then, you know, it takes it to a whole nother level. So it's like, well, if Coach can do it, shoot, I can do it too. You know, let me get on here and handle my business. So like I said earlier, I like for my players to be able to feed off of my energy. You know, that's how I am. And like I said, just getting out here and going to be able to work with Darren. Like I said, I really like this dude. He's got a good head on his shoulders. You know, I know we're going to build a championship team. And it won't be just a one and done thing either.
Well, Coach, you know, you got me really excited. I'm definitely gonna have to make the long drive to come out to a game. You know, well, appreciate your time. You know, I wish you the best of luck. I can't wait to see what you guys are building. You know, I really love the culture. You know, I love the attitude. I love how positive and excited you are to give back to the community of Cedar Rapids. So keep it up, and I look forward to your next journey.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.